Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is debate night, December 29th on a Sunday. Let's go. Actually, Gabby, you done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. All right, we are back, ladies and gents. So, like normal scheduled programming, we got a few links in the description. Tonight is open debate night. Already got a gentleman in the back on the backstage that is ready to debate. But if you want to go ahead and join the stream, go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description to go ahead and join debate night. The second link is going to be for the membership. If you like this podcast, you want to support it, click that second link. We got 3 tiers. First tier is gang. Second tier is hitman. Third tier is mob ties. The next link is going to be for one-on-one coaching. The next link after that is going to be for the merch, but I do think we are sold out in the merch. So give us I would say a good 3 weeks to stock back up on the glasses, and then as well on the God over man, man over woman, woman over children t-shirts is winter. So we are going to come out with some exclusive hoodies as well for our members. First, they're going to be released to everyone that's a member. So if you want to go ahead and if you are signed up for the membership, you are going to get, the first release to the hoodies, and they're going to be fire too. Super fire. So the next link after that is going to be for the Clips channel. We are posting clips on there daily. I actually posted one today, so go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel now. The next link is going to be for the Discord. Join the Discord. We got a lot of people in there. We did a whole podcast on Friday. That stream that we just did this Friday that just recently passed, had to take it down because we had some copyright strikes. So we just started using Restream, which is a new system that we've been using. And when we were sharing our screen and reacting to content, I guess one of the videos we reacted to had some music in the background. So YouTube hit us with that copyright strike. Totally took the video fully out of the algorithm. So we took it down, and we'll release that episode tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll get the full episode of the ladies show that was streamed on Friday. So that's going to be pretty dope. So yeah, other than that, man, let's get in with debate night. Let's bring up our first debater, and let's get things going, man. Okay, welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you from.
Jay Prince for president. I'm from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. And you said Jay what?
Jay Prince for president.
Jay Prince for president. And you from Milwaukee. Okay, cool. Yeah. And what you here to debate about today, man?
Well, I want to debate about how educated black men, I look at them like butlers of America. And I got other more stuff I want to debate about. Do you want to go into it, or?
Okay, you said educated black men are like butlers. Explain. What do you mean?
What I mean by butlers, when you think of a job of a butler, their job is to keep the people of the house. Their job is to keep the people of the house ice cold. Their job is to make sure their house stay clean. Their job is to be obedient, obey orders, don't speak a lot. When you actually look up the definition of a butler, it's almost like a house Negro, where he's supposed to just do what the master tell him to do. the man of the house, what they tell him to do, the family of the house. He's almost like a human form of a pet. And that's how I view a lot of educated black men. And then when we got to start speaking about education, the education system that we was given, to me, if a black man is willing to sit in school and endure all of that education, what I would call dick, somewhat, some words, indoctrination, he a punk. It's like receiving dick. It's no different from it's no different from a whore going to a pimp and listen to all his lies. When you think about the white man education system, they can't tell you nothing about you. And then when you start looking at the statistics of black boys when they in school, they usually failing because it don't represent them. It's not who they are. And so a lot of people make fun of black men for being reading at a fourth grade reading level and all this other type of stuff. But I will argue, the more you indoctrinate your stuff with that white man's pimping, the more you get away from your naturally self, because now you have internalized all of this education as if it's the facts. A lot of time when I be having conversations with a lot of black men and black women, they usually regurgitate some stuff that they don't know nothing about. They wasn't there. They usually regurgitate Google. They regurgitate the white man books. And one day, I don't mean to be running with the conversation.
No,
but one day,
that's fine. You mind if I ask you some questions on the things that you just said now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So, I mean, from what you just said, man, it looks like, you just not with any of the education system at all. Okay, so you said a few things. You said that, the education system isn't for black people. It's not who we are. So my first question would be then, who are we? Who are black people?
And that's the thing. I believe in order for black people to find who they naturally are, you have to depend on nature. Nature was the same from the beginning of time of human beings, right? Nature has always been the same. It's been the same from the beginning of people been here. It's been the same now, and it's going to be the same millions of years from now. They will tell you that Jesus was the beginning, present, and the end, but I would consider nature is something that you can actually count on, and it's not based on a opinion. It's not based on faith. It's actually based on facts. It's your nature that you get excited when you see a woman get excited when you see you. It's your nature to have sex and create a family. It's your nature to have angry feelings or jealousy feelings. So nature is even breathing. The way we operate today, they was operating thousands of years ago, just spoke a different language, but they all understood, had the same understanding.
All right. So you said black people are the answer to the question. You said this. You said that, black people, the education system does not benefit the black man. The black man, a educated black man is like a butler for the white man. You said all of these things like, it's pretty much indoctrination. It doesn't benefit us. You're pretty much saying that it leads black people astray. Then I ask you the question, you say that that's not who we are. Then I ask you the question, I say, well, who are black people? You said that your answer was that black people is our nature. We have to depend on nature. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, well, that's not who black people are, but that's something that the closest thing that we have is credible. When we start talking about nature and stuff like that, of course, we go to like Egyptian days, a lot of different places, and not just only Africa. There were black people all over the globe.
Okay, so we have nature credible. So my other question would be, then who are white people? Should they go back to nature too?
You want me to be honest? You want me to be honest with you, or you want me to lie to you?
It's called no Fugazee, man.
Okay, I think white people are black people. Is that the difference is white people. First off, when you think of melanin and pigmentation, the more skin you have, the more pigment, the more melanin, the more carbon you have in your skin, the darker you were. It wasn't until when a lot of people, what we consider to be white people, have lost their pigmentation, like vitiligo, albinos and stuff. It wasn't then until they created their own race because they felt so different. They felt unnormal, and so they created race. I think the normal person is a darker complected because darker complected represents melanin and pigment.
Got it. So, you've came in the stream and you're, making some claims. I'm just asking you questions to test your logic to see if this adds up. I ask you, who are black people? You say black people, we have to go back to nature and depend on nature. That's the source. That's where we find who we are. I then say, well, then who are white people? You say, well, white people are actually black people. But then you're upset about this entire education system that white people built. So if white people are actually black people, wouldn't that be contradictory to everything that you just stated, that, well, the education system isn't for the black man? Well, is it for the white man then? Because if what, in your worldview, let me finish. In your worldview, you think that the white man is the black man due to, a multitude of different things, the pigment in the skin, the melanin, throughout the years that passed, I guess they have decreased melanin and we have more, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So how does that add up? So if the current education system is not for black people, but it is for white people, but black people is white people, how does that make sense? Or the question is, well, actually answer this question first. Is the education system for white people then?
No, to me, the system that we have today is built off envy. I believe when white people, what we consider to be white people, when they realize that they was born, I hate to use this word because it's offensive, and I don't hate white people, but a lot of people know that I'm not very articulate with the English language, so the only words that I'm gonna use, I don't mean to be offensive, but I just got to keep it raw. They were born defective. So when they was born defective, they had this envious of people that was born what we consider to be normal, of the normal darker complected, the more pigmentation, the more melanin. So once they created race, they divide everything about history, everything about a lot of about education from.
And let me ask you a question. In what ways are white people defective?
Low pigmentation, low melanin. Anytime it's hot outside and you go outside and you getting sunburned. I'm 39 years old, never been sunburned. I got darker, but I never been to the point where, like, when I go outside in the summertime, I see a lot of Caucasian people, what we consider to be Caucasian people. When they get sunburned, I had a lot of people tell me, you pop them up, you slap them on the back like good job. It feels like they getting slapped.
Okay.
They skin plus.
Got you. So white people are
during routine checkups, they need 5 bottles of black people blood to survive. This is the reason why they got this thing of harvesting black folks, because they need black people blood to survive.
Got you. So you're saying that white people are defective due to, they have less melanin, so they're more susceptible to sun rays and stuff like that than we are. Okay, got it.
Go that fucking room. You can hear me?
Yeah, man. I heard you cussing at your kids, man. God dang. Okay, let's. I don't know if you got to cuss at them. I don't believe in cussing. Definitely, I don't believe in cussing at children.
They're in there fighting.
Okay, cool. So listen, the question is, you're saying that white people are defective. My rebuttal to that, how are they defective? I'll grant it to you and say, they have less pigmentation in their skin, so they're more susceptible to the sun, like you said. Okay, great. But how are they, a defective being if the country that we're living in was built by white men?
Well, technically, it wasn't built by white men. It
was built by white men.
Pointed the fingers.
No, it was built. So let me ask you a question. Let's go one mic at a time too. It was built by white men. You cannot say it wasn't built by white men. Let me ask you a question. If you have a company, you built a company, right? And you have a lot of people working. You built the company, but you have a whole lot of employees working for you. Who created the company? Your employees, or did you create the company?
I would say the employers came up with the idea.
No. Who created the company?
Came up with the idea, and the employers
got it.
Built.
So you would so if you create a company, you created Apple, the iWatch, the the iPhone. Forget about Steve Jobs. Let's put you in his place. You created that. That was all of your ideas. You are the creator to it. And you hired other people to do jobs, right? Who's the creator? Right. The employees or you?
Well, the employer came up again, the idea.
No, just answer the question. Who's the creator? You or the employees?
Well, I would say the me. But even then, that could be
okay. Stop it right there. No, let's stop it right there.
Black people was already here.
Yeah, let's stop. It doesn't matter. Let's stop it right there. Therefore, you are the owner of a company. You created the company and you got people working for you. The white man, right? The white man created America. Yeah, we know that the white man had slaves and black people was doing jobs, right? That didn't get paid anything. We know all of the history of America, but we can't lie to ourselves and say the white man didn't create the country, because the white man did create the country, just like Steve Jobs created his company, but there's many employees that helped build the company. Now, that's two different questions. Who helped build America? Of course, black people helped build America.
You said
no, I said created. No, that's not what I said. We can rewind it back.
I can't give you that they had created. Now, the stuff that they have created, when you go outside the box, it's all imitations of black artifacts that was here thousands and thousands of years. For an example,
that doesn't real quick. I got you, Jay. That still doesn't disprove the point. That just moves the goalposts. When we're speaking about history, and to say someone was here before us is totally fine, but we're speaking about who created America, the United States. It was created by the white man. We have to say that. So now let's peel the layer back on what you're saying. You said that, well, white people are a defective race. Okay, well, how are they, answer this question, how are they defective when they created the best country in the world?
Okay, now, many things. Okay, you can be defective and still be, like, I could be born with a defect. That don't mean that I'm stupid, right? And also, like when you think of the word recessive, when you look at the texture of their hair, even blue eyes, we think it's cute and sexy and stuff like that because it's something different from brown eyes. But really, that's not good to have blue eyes. Same when you got dimples in your cheeks. That's a defect. But it's so different. It's so different. A lot of people try to create dimples, but that's not naturally. You're not supposed to have dimples. So I'm just giving you a little bit.
I get what you're saying.
When you are born recessive, that means you're not born normal. When they say you are lack of melanin, lack of pigment, that entails that you wasn't born with the full or the normal amount of this particular thing. So that would by default would consider you to be defective. If we worked in a factory and we sitting up there boxing potato chips all damn day or whatever the case, or car parts, but in one of the car parts come out less than all the rest of them, that would be considered, we got to push that back because that's a defect. We can't put that, we can't sell that. Or if we do sell it, we had to sell it at a clearance rate because it's not.
Yeah,
normal.
so I get what you're saying here. So once again, you're trying to, this is still moving the goalposts. So let's take a step back. First, you say that, I believe what you're currently doing is you're trying to take away the impact off of the word defective. When you first used the word defective, you used the word where it was very impactful, meaning that you're trying to downplay the white race. Then you gave examples on why they're defective, meaning that you're talking about the pigment in their skin. I granted that to you for sure. Yeah, we know that there's differences between the races. Got it. But when we're looking at the topic of the discussion that you're speaking about is, the education system currently doesn't benefit black people. And it seems that the way you said it, it really only benefits white people. Then you go on to say, I asked you a few questions. Who are black people? You say, well, black people are nature. We have to depend on nature to really figure out who we are. You never really answered that question. You just said that we have to go back to nature.
Because I don't have a solid answer for you.
I got it. Fair enough.
I didn't say we are nature. I said we have to. The closest thing. You can't go over people's history because it can be argued. So the best thing to know what our ancestors, how they lived back then, is to concentrate and focus on nature. It's gonna always be the same. And you had just said something now. What did you just say something about? You had just said something before you got into that part.
So I was I was summing this up because the point that I'm making is that it seems like you're trying to, the point that I'm making is that when you bring up the education system, we're speaking about, some impactful things. And then you go on to speak about white people and you say that they're a defective race. Right. And but now you're backtracking and you're trying to take away from the impact of when you first said defective.
No, I'm not taking nothing back. Okay, here's the thing with the education system. A lot of black folks believe that the education system is working for them because why? They able to get a job. They able to even get their own business, right? But a lot of blacks don't just open up their own business, or else we would have a Black Wall Street again. So a lot of times when you think about black folks getting an education, it's to go work for a job. That education system is not teaching black folks how to create their own land, how to create their own country, how to take over country like the America did, how to create laws. It don't teach you none of it. It don't teach you how to gain power. Only thing it do is teaches you how to be submissive and continue to work to build the foot of the white man strong, make his foot stronger to be on your black neck. That's all it does. That's it.
Okay.
That's
so
all.
My question for you would be then what system is better and what should black people do so they can get ahead?
I think the system is to create their own, just like the white folks did. You got to learn how to study what we consider to be your enemy. Exactly like how they did when they came to Americas. I think there's a lot of countries where we can probably go over there and create, a home for our race. Not just one person can do it, but I'm just saying a collective. Exactly like they did. That way, your name will be on the lease of that country. You will create the laws. You will create the standards. You will create the education system because every colonizer is going to educate you on what they want you to operate in. Not all based on a fact.
I get you, man. Like when I ask you these questions, you're not really like fully answering a question. So no, you're not. I'll answer my own question. Right. So the question that I propose to you have a problem with the education system, right? Yeah. And there's flaws in the education system. I would say that I agree to the education system. It definitely needs to be, revamped and it needs some fixing.
If it's flawed, that means you can't trust none of it.
And it needs some fixing. But the question was,
it's not valid. But y'all be talking about education.
So let me finish my point real quick.
Y'all be talking about education.
Let me finish my point real quick, right? So when I asked you the question, you didn't answer it. You kind of, obfuscated off and went to another topic. But I'll answer my own question for you to let you know how things get done, right? So, okay, well, if the education system isn't working and, what can black people rely on that can really benefit them. The problem with black people currently is the culture. The culture is rotten. So that's the problem, right? So you went all the way back to nature. Nature doesn't, I'll answer all of the questions for you that you didn't even answer. So first, let's just go to the problem with the education system and what can we do so black people can prosper. The first thing is going to be culture. Since our culture is rotten, our culture revolves around hip hop music. It revolves around fashion. It revolves around all of these, things that isn't philosophical, that isn't really intellectual, that isn't, it's all like recreational use stuff, like music and fashion, clothes and, design. It's very artsy. That's what our culture really much, pretty much revolves around. I got you. Let me finish the point,
go ahead,
right?
Go ahead.
So the problem is the culture. The culture is rotten. So if the culture can change and, instead of praising these hip hop rappers and stuff like that, we start think about it. When we grew up in school and stuff like that, being a nerd and reading a lot of books and being smart, that was considered to be corny. You're a cornball if you do that. And that's because the mindset, right? And that created this culture to be like, oh, why would you want to be a pilot, or why would you want to be a lawyer? Why would you want to be a doctor? And they go, be a rapper, be a singer, create some clothes, right? So the culture is what influenced the masses of black people and led them astray. So I would say that we need to fix our culture. We need to praise the people we need to uplift people that are the nerds and the geeks that are going. You're saying that we shouldn't. Well, that would be backwards then, because currently right now, let me finish my point. Currently right now, we don't have a whole lot of black doctors, black inventors, like actually technologists, inventors. We don't have a whole lot of them as other races. Compared to other races, it's not a lot. That's what I'm saying. And guess what? The reason why it's not a lot is because we don't praise that. It would be a lot if it was cool to go to your friends and be like, bro, look what I just created. I just did this. And it took all of this intellectual power to build this. But they gonna look like, nigga, that's corny, bro. That's lame. If you don't got the new Jordans on, you're lame. If you don't got the fresh, new shirt on and the fresh hat, you're lame, right? You get what I'm saying? So our culture, what I'm saying is what we shame and what we uplift is opposite. It's immoral. It doesn't make any sense. We uplift the degenerate stuff and the things that's actually positive and that would create good things in society, we shame it.
Okay, I will say this. I would agree with you maybe 33.5% of what you're saying. And when you think about like this, okay, when you use the word doctor, doctors don't cure you no way. We had somebody.
Real quick, Jay, real quick. I see some people. My bad. I got some people in a queue right now. I'll bring some of you up. Give me and Jay a few more minutes here, and I'll start bringing some more people up. Also, people, if you want to join the stream, go ahead and click the first link in the YouTube description. I'll bring you on up. But go ahead, Jay.
Okay, now the little stuff that we got that can represent blacks, like I always tell people, there's two different types of black people. You got the nerds that what I would call house Negroes, and I summarize them as butlers or mammies. And then you got the niggas. I would be considered like a field nigga, right? The field niggas is more, even though you shame rap and stuff like that, but we have a world within this world. We have our own language. We created our own language within the language that we are forced to speak. We created our own standards amongst the other niggas within this world society, right? So it's two types of cultures in the black community. You got the black people that's, they adopted white America culture. Then you got the niggas who created their own, meaning like We the ones, and it's so impactful.
Guess what, Jay? But real quick, Jay. The people. Now you're saying that the black people that adopted the white culture. I'm pretty sure those black people, they have more successful marriages. I'm pretty sure they're not smoking weed and drinking. I'm pretty sure they're not doing all of the degeneracy. I'm pretty sure that they're not joining gangs. They're not joining Bloods and Crips and all of this other things. So what you're saying, Jay, is just not totally correct.
Let me say this because you brought up Bloods and Crips. But I could bring up police officers. I could bring up frat brothers. You go to college and become in a gang that y'all call frats. Hold on, let me finish my thing, right? But niggas is more impactful than Black Americans. Black Americans, I'm talking about black people. I'm describing two people. I'm talking about niggas and I'm talking about butlers, the black men, the nerds, right? So we is so impactful. By us stepped outside of American standard, by us stepping outside from the American standard, we created our own standard. Ebonics, slang. You got people all across the globe mimicking that. The way we dress.
Okay, Jay, what good comes from that, Jay? You saying things, but what good comes from it?
I'll let you finish.
But Jay, listen. The question of what we're speaking about is okay. What? Give me one. You haven't answered none of my questions. Let's see if you can answer this one.
Because I want to push. I want to be able to tell. Like when you spoke, I want to be able to acknowledge all of the stuff that niggas created and how impactful it is to the point where not the black. Not
what
the
good
nerds
did it do? No, answer the question. All of the stuff, Jay. Stop it, Jay.
Created.
All of the stuff that
what niggas created.
Jay,
so you
listen, Jay. No, Jay. All of the things that you stated. What? Just answer the question. Incorrect. No one's trying to emulate anything. Listen, Jay, just answer this question. All of the things that you just stated. What good has it done for black people as a whole? We know some rappers got popular and got rich.
If you want me to tell you,
please
do.
You know
what's so good? You want me to tell you what's so good about it? Because not only that niggas adopted this attitude, this creation that they created, you know it's good when you got white people emulated. You got people in UK.
That doesn't because white people are doing it doesn't mean that it's good. What?
What happened to nerds? What happened to nerds created influence? Nerds and influence.
Jay. Okay.
Only thing a black nerd do is regurgitating the stuff that they have heard from white people. If I want something from a nerd, I can go to a white person and get that. Because the only thing a nerd is doing is emulating and being a butler. That's all.
Okay, Jay.
If I want to go to your boss, you're a nerd, right? If I want to learn something in your culture, being a nerd, all I got to go to the white people. They more powerful than you.
Okay, I got you, man. So listen, man. Listen. We get what you saying. We get what you saying. But you got to be one mic at a time, and if not, I'm gonna have to start muting you. I'm gonna have to start muting you. So, commentary. Welcome to No Fugazee podcast. I'm gonna have you ask a question or join in the conversation in a quick second, Jay. Okay. But I just want to state something here for Jay and for the audience. I asked you multiple questions, and you've never actually answered any of my questions. No, you didn't. No, you said that it's good because if white people do it, that means it's good. So your entire appeal is to appeal to another race, which means it's good. That's nonsensical. So how can you be pro-black if what's pro-black? Stop it. How can you be pro-black? Stop it, Jay. Listen, how can you be pro-black and stand up for black people, but the only way to see that some black people are doing good things is to appeal to other white people and get their approval? That makes no sense. That's illogical. That's illogical. I would say that, guess what, Jay? Guess what? You are worse. You are part of the Ku Klux Klan. It's like, God dang. For us to say that anything is good that black people does, we need to go to the white man. You're a KKK member. You might as well put on a white hood.
Fugazee, you won't let me finish.
Listen, no, we heard you a lot. Jay, listen. I let you speak a whole lot, which I normally don't do. People be mad because I be cutting people off. You muted right now too, because you need to hear this. People be mad because I be cutting people off. You know, all the panty boys, the new panty boys that's in the chat, like, Cooley, you're always cutting people off. Let people finish their point. So I let you get it all out. I heard your worldview. The audience, the live chat, we all heard your worldview. And now I just been asking you questions. And all of these questions that I asked you, you couldn't answer. So guess what? I'm going to land my plane here. Commentary. What's up, man? Introduce yourself, and I know if you want to ask some questions or add to the topic, hop in.
So since I represent one of these house Negroes that he speaks of, let me just, I've been on here several times, Cooley. I don't think I've ever actually told you what my background was at any point in time, did I?
No.
Okay, just so we're clear, I have a master's degree in molecular biotechnology. I also have a bachelor's degree in biology with specialization in cellular, molecular, and biotechnology. So when I hear people talking about genes and what they think about this and that and type of stuff and what they think genetics going to do, I always have to ask where they get their information from, because I know good and goddamn well what I heard was not accurate in any sense. And I mean,
where did you get your information
about
from?
Melanin, about what you think it is, and anything like that.
So can I ask you a question?
Go, please.
You say you're a biologist and all this other type of thing. You got a master's degree, right?
I do.
So when you was doing your studies, right, and the information that you was receiving is had to study through those textbooks, right?
Right.
Have you ever did studies on the people that research that? Do you even know their character to make them even credible? Because would you agree, first off, before we get any further, I want to see if you would admit to something. Would you agree that there's people of American government controlled, whatever, researchers, whatever the case, studies, scientists, all those type of people, will you agree that a lot of them, those people could be biased?
Every view that someone gives from their personal opinion is biased. Every single one.
So if they are biased, right? If they are biased, that means certain truth or certain information they're gonna be a bias about. They just gonna make an opinion based on they're gonna just defend what benefits them instead of the truth. Would you agree? Because you just admitted
no,
they are biased.
No, I said that there's a bias. I didn't say that the veracity of their statements was in question.
So
you can have a bias.
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Let me qualify. How can you trust it?
Okay,
you can't trust nothing with a bias.
I'm telling no. So when I say bias, there's going to be a bias towards being objective. There's a bias towards an ethnocentric mentality. There's a bias towards a certain class. It depends what the topic is, and it depends what it is. If I tell you that there are squirrels outside of my window having sex, is there a bias in that statement? Yes or no?
You said if it's squirrels outside your window having sex?
If I tell you right now that there are squirrels outside of my window having sex, is there a bias in that statement? Yes or no?
Answer the question, bro.
No. Okay.
I said no.
So I just demonstrated to you that factual information can be relayed to a person without a bias, correct?
Yes.
I will give you that.
Yes. Okay.
I will give you that, but it's
okay,
nuances.
Hold on for a second. I heard. Look, I've listened to this for
Jay, let him land his plane.
Give me a second.
It's because it's nuances.
Since you just conceded that factual information can be relayed in a non-biased manner, how do you determine the veracity of a statement without judging that person's characters? Now I'm asking specifically, empirically, how do you validate claims?
Because we have the nuances that we have had people that illustrate those biasm through racism and all this other type of stuff throughout history, right? And so the nuances of that matter, it like you just agreed and admitted to that there is biasm. So with biasm, racism through the history that we've been having throughout these years, because if we did studies on the people that gave you those textbooks, I'm quite sure they existed during slavery days, and they came up with all this stuff when they was extremely racist and more heavily on the bias end. So the nuances is you can't just say everything they say was genuinely honest, because it was the nuance is that they had a lot of racism and a lot of biasm against a specific race. So those are the nuances. So you cannot trust it.
Jay, I don't know what biasm is, but can you do me a favor and repeat the question that I originally asked you?
You asked me, can you be, since I have conceded to the point that you can speak a fact without doing all this research and all this other type of stuff, then I just reiterate that there is bias in the nuances to your question.
No, that isn't what he's. Yeah, that isn't what he stated. So Jay, here's what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna bring up some more people because I want to get some more people involved into the conversation and stuff like that. But I think Spin City HQ, I just bring him up. Introduce yourself, brother, and if you have any questions that you want to add to this topic, you could do so now, and then we're gonna get some more people up here and get some other topics created.
Definitely, peace, family. Jay, boy, me, I come from the streets first. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, man, I come from the streets first, but then as I grew up, I realized how trash it was to be from there, and then I became a nerd. Right now, I'm in tech and AI in Silicon Valley, helping little black teenagers. You feel me? Helping little black teenagers learn how to use tech and AI to create their own robotics and to create their own job systems in the upcoming market. You feel me? Like being a nerd, when we was young and we didn't want to hang with the school kids, blah. We didn't want no A's and B's. You feel me? 1 year in high school, I got straight F's. I went by Six Flags. I didn't care about school gang. I still don't now because the education system is flawed, true. Because like Cat Williams said, winners are not allowed to let losers rewrite history, right? So we were conquered, right? We got conquered, got turned into slaves, correct? So the descendants of those people that were enslaved, they shouldn't be taught how to win us over. Anyway, man, that whole thing about the nerds, bro, we create systems now with AI and tech to teach the next to come generation how to get a job when AI is taking it all. What's the problem with that, gang? You stressed out? Because I'm teaching kids how to make money with tech and AI?
No, see, the thing is, when it comes to us black folks, right, in total, our main goal is to make money. That's the problem. That's not because the end goal is not to make money, because I see a lot of black folks, niggas and nerds, gotta make a lot of money. You got Kanye West, you got Jay-Z, who was complete niggas, as billionaires. The richest black folks of America were niggas, right? Let's make that very clear. Secondly, the goal is not to make money. The goal is, if you already got Kanye, that's a billionaire, still feel oppressed. It didn't give him that much power like y'all told us that money do. It still didn't give him that much mental freedom that y'all told us that money do. But since we are broke and we want to fantasize about having all the money in the world, we forget about the original fight from our ancestors that didn't give too much care about money, right? They care more about their liberation and gaining power.
But Jay, when I asked you a question, yeah, Jay, so I asked you a question. I said, okay, you said something is wrong with the education system and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I say, okay, cool, man. And then I say, what path can black people take, that would make them prosper? How can they do better? You never answered the question. You went off topic and started talking about, making money. You did. You started talking about black people you did, bro. You started talking about, you brought up all the things.
I started talking about nature.
That was prior to it. You started talking about all the things that black people are currently doing that's good, like the culture, because I went to say that the culture is rotten. You said that, well, the culture isn't rotten. The culture produces, all of these things.
You conflating my points. The only reason why I brought up what black folks, because I also said that also said that because you have brought up something about our culture sucks, but I had to differentiate between niggas and the nerds, right? What I consider to be
Okay,
both.
so let's answer the question now then. Okay, so if it isn't technology, if it isn't this, if it isn't about making money, then how can black people currently today, how can they push the needle forward so they can be prosperous as a people?
First off, you have to figure out what you consider to be prosperous is relative and it's subjective.
Okay, so what is it to you? What would be?
For me, I want to be sitting like how white folks do when they go to the meetings on how to rule America.
I want to be
Okay, so you're appealing that to white people, Jay. Listen. Yo, you keep appealing back to white people. This is the second time I asked you a question, and your answer was, well, whatever white people is doing, if they say yes, then that's good. I want to do what the white man is doing.
What we should be doing.
I thought you just said that we shouldn't. Jay, you contradicting yourself the whole time. I thought you just said that we shouldn't be doing what the white man is doing. The white man created the education system that you're mad about. You're just contradicting yourself, bro.
Fugazi. All I'm saying is what white people is doing is what all men should be doing. Ruling shit.
But you just created white people.
How is black people gonna rule if we don't got no money? How is black people gonna rule if we don't got no money?
Thank you. It makes no sense.
Jay,
last time you seen a broke king?
You don't have the capital to do it.
Man, when have you ever seen a broke king, bro? Your ass is stupid, boy. You're a stupid ass nigga, boy.
You don't realize what he's saying.
Bro, how the fuck you gonna be a broke king? I'm gonna be sitting up somewhere broke as hell. I'm gonna be sitting up on food stamps, bro. You're a stupid ass nigga. You talking about niggas? You some stupid nigga.
Hold on.
Yeah, you a field nigga, square ass nigga. Hey, this nigga's a square nigga. I'm really from something, nigga. Bro, this nigga's big, bro.
Yo, all right, listen. It's going crazy.
How you gonna be famous? How you gonna be?
It's going crazy. I had to mute y'all real quick. Listen, man. So Jay, yo, here, I'm gonna unmute you, Jay. I got you, so you can get the last word. But please watch this back so you can see how many times you didn't answer questions, how many times you've contradicted yourself, how many times your worldview is very, it's glass, bro. It's easy to break, bro. We broke your worldview in like minutes when you joined the podcast and you started speaking. Your worldview is shattered after my first question. You couldn't answer it. Your worldview is shattered when you started you saying that, well, what the white people created in their system, it isn't good for black people. It doesn't benefit black people. But then every time we ask you questions, in order for black people to do good, we need to appeal to the white system. We need to appeal to the white person for approval. It just doesn't make any sense, man. So here's what I would say. Go back, do some research, watch this episode, and, that's about it. But listen, man, I'll let you get the last word in real quick, and then I got to bring some other people up so we can get this going.
Oh, okay. So
to be fair, go ahead.
So am I still muted?
No, you're unmuted.
Okay, so what I was saying was I answered all of your questions. The thing is, my thought process is different from a lot of black folks' process. They process is to get rich and famous. How long you say you're gonna let me finish? You do
go
this
ahead.
all the time.
Do your thing, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, their goal, like the brother up under me, his goal is to get money, right? My goal is to be the face on the dollar bill. My goal, I think all black men goal should be the face of the dollar bill, the face of the system to create it for his race, where his black woman that you trying to force to submit to you, you trying to force your children to submit to you when anytime they need a provision or protection, they goes to the white man, 911. They goes to the white man, government assistance. You're not in charge of that at all. So you cannot be the one. You cannot sit up here and say, because we have billionaires.
So Jay, how do we get there? How we get there, Jay?
Oh, man.
How we get there? We heard this before. You said this before. How do we get there?
Fugazi. All I'm saying, you said I was gonna have the last word. Please let me.
You did the last word, but these are things that you've already stated before. But my question is, how do we get there?
What I'm saying is,
answer that question though. You haven't even answered that question. You keep on. Let's see if you can not appeal to the white man and not appeal to white people's approval and just answer it. How do black people get there and answer without appealing to white people? How do black people become successful in America without appealing to the white man? Please answer it.
Successful, and this me answering your question. Successful it should be our own personal. It should be subjective, right? Our success shouldn't be getting no billions of dollars. That's not that shouldn't be the black person success. Our success should be something that we all collectively agree with.
Okay, so what is that?
We can build to create our own
what is that? What is that?
It can be the same. Okay, I ain't finna bring them up. It can be hold on once. It can be to create our own protection mechanism.
You sure you don't got a mask on? Wait, are you sure you're not masquerading as a white man, a white KKK man? No, Jay, listen, Jay. Are you sure you're not masquerading as a white KKK man? Is that blackface you have on, brother? Is it blackface? I need to know is it truly, can you wipe your face like this? Like, is Billy under there? You talking about Jay. Is Billy like, just wipe it off? Because it's, god dang, man, you keep appealing to white people. Listen, Jay, I got to let you go. You saying the same thing. I need some intellectual conversations. You're not adding into the, to the podcast too much. It was fun. I may have you back for some jokes. But other than that, peace. You up out of here, bro. All right. Let's get y'all takes on that. Let me unmute y'all.
Wow.
What's going on, brothers?
So I just if people actually want to know, the gene that codes for our melanin is called MC1R, and the main one that makes the brown black pigment is called eumelanin. And the one that white people typically have it's an allele of MC1R. It's called pheomelanin, and it codes for yellows and those type of peachy pigments. So if you were wondering, that comes from actually having an education while we're out here trying to change the freaking world for some weird reason. So just FYI. But that irked me. Like, I was listening downstairs and that really irked me because I did a whole presentation on this stuff back in my undergrad, and I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Man, he was all over the place. But people can't say anything to me, y'all. People in the chat, bro. I let homie speak. We heard his worldview 4 times. I asked him questions. He would just move the goalposts and never answer the question. So that's what happens, man. But Spin City HQ, man. Yo, you was killing that nigga.
I didn't even mean to, bro. I apologize, bro. But
yeah, we ain't want to do him like that. He cool. I mean, but
I got like compassion for all people, man. It's just that when you tell somebody this 3 lineup right here, I can see intellect. I can see powerful Northern American Negro men here, right? People of melanin, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call yourself. Maybe you want to be black, maybe you want to be white. But for somebody to tell you, I have a degree in biology and everything that you got, brother. Cooley, were you college educated?
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't college educated either, so I educated myself through courses and stuff. EYL, they teach financial literacy, and he's talking about the education system where they don't teach you taxes and S corps, C corps, LLCs, banking, what banking really is, what fiat currency, cryptocurrencies, what currency really is. etc., etc. You have to go learn that for yourself, and it takes strong, intellectual black men to give that to the rest of the culture. Because I think, Cooley, you brought it up. The rest of the culture is going to look at Sexy Red in them and that's who they're rooting for. Sexy Red in them have millions and millions of followers out of the community to where they can get a whole middle school to say ski. Like that's extremely damaging to the culture. Like if you're trying to bring up a culture, My last name is Spencer. Princess Diana was a Spencer. It's a French family, right? It's a French carpentry family that came over here, and they enslaved what would be my great 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 ancestors some time ago. You know, we go down this long path of trying to win a battle that we keep getting our heads stuffed down. They're not going to allow us to make a easy comeback. We have to figure it out ourselves. You know what I mean? So when I tell Jay this stuff and he's like, all you want to do is get money. All I want to do is help my people win. You know, if this was a football franchise of us being on the black team ain't got no Super Bowls in North America. You know what I mean? I want to be on a team that can hopefully win a Super Bowl. Why are you talking about being on a dollar bill, man?
I didn't understand that either. He wants to create a whole nation and have control over things, but getting the capital you need to start businesses and making these moves is also a bad thing. And so but you don't do formal education, which fine, it isn't for everybody. I'll even say, hey, you know me, I'm probably the most educated guy here, but I will tell you, it's not for everybody. That's just a fact. But what is the alternative? And we kept, hey, what's the alternative? Well, if you go to nature and if you just look at the Yakub and the big-headed aliens, and you know, you go back into, you know, different countries where they do it, like it made I think in his mind, it makes sense. But if you were to say, hey, what's a metric for all of us to use to determine what success looks like for black folks? Okay, cool. Let's look at deficits. Okay. Hey, how many of us are living below the poverty line? Right. That's one. How many of us, what level of formal education do we have, or informal education? What about certain health statistics? How many of us are morbidly obese? All these different things can be constructed to create at least some metric for at least financial, mental, and physical well-being and health. And so I think that it's very possible for us to buck the system, but you have to understand that system to begin with and have a way to operate within it. And I think that's a little bit beyond where Jay's mind is. And I don't want to disrespect him because I like his vigor, but he comes from a place of yearning, but not understanding.
Yeah. I mean, overall, man, good guy as far as, you know, came on, he shared his worldview. He was confident when he spoke, like, yo, this, that, you know, he had the vigor. But it's just funny, man. Listen, if y'all want to go back, I'm going to put y'all back in the back room, but I'll probably bring y'all two brothers back up. I'm going to get some other people in here, see where the conversation goes. Just hit me up in a private chat whenever you want to come up, and I'll bring you on up.
Sure.
Cool. All right, bet. Let me get to these super chats real quick. We got a few super chats that came in. Then we're going to bring up some more people. We got Glenn Lawrence presents Production of Men, sends in $10. I appreciate the support. She asked Prince if he'll see a cut. Being a cuckold is a good thing. And white people shame black people into not liking to share their women. Not really sure what you're talking about, but appreciate the support. Maybe this was sent in a while ago, so maybe it was from some of the things that Jay was saying. Just a regular dude sends him $5. Who let this Dusty on with F-150 windshield glasses? He needs to create a bubble bath. That's wild. A bubble bath is diabolical. We got just a regular dude again sends in $2. Ask him what was the highest grade he completed. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's going right now. We got XYZABC. 123 sends in $2. Meanwhile, JP flipping burgers at Mickey D's. Okay, call them Jay. Yeah, so okay, cool. Let's bring up some more people. It's debate night. Everyone that's supporting. Actually, everyone on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and close down the Facebook stream now. Come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. Let me go ahead and close down a Facebook stream. I know the Facebook chats is probably going crazy too. Crazy thing is I get so many more views on Facebook than I do on YouTube. Like so many more live viewers too, but they never really come over to YouTube. So everyone that was watching live on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. I'm closing down the stream now. All right. Okay, cool. Was that the last super chat? That was. Anyone that wants to donate and support, please send in your tuition and I'll read your super chat. All right, let's get some more people in here. Let's see. Let's get the next debater in here. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you from.
Yes, my name is Badeno. I am from North Carolina. My issue this evening is last week on I think the same platform, you were addressing the issue of marriage.
Your mic is you said, I'm sorry, I couldn't even get your name. Your mic is extremely low. I can't hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
It's the same. I don't even think your microphone is on. It sounds like it's coming from maybe a computer. Are you on a laptop or a phone?
No, I'm on a desktop.
Okay, you on a desktop? Maybe the audio is coming through it through your desktop because it's not sounding like a microphone audio at all. I could hear you, but you're low. Let me see if I could turn you up so the chat could hear you better. Actually, let me ask the chat real quick. Hey, chat, or maybe it's just me. 1 second. Hey, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you need Bradley to turn on his microphone or turn up his volume. Should I go through with the debate with his audio like this, or put a 2 in the chat if it's good? So 1 in the chat if he needs better audio, 2 in the chat if it's good, and we can go through with the debate.
All right, let me try to see if I can maybe say something on inside other people who possibly have a better connection than myself. But last week, we were talking about the issue of marriage, and you were saying.
All right, so one moment here, man. We getting a whole lot of 1s. We getting a whole lot of 1s, so they can't really hear you. Not everyone's saying that the mic is busted, so getting a whole lot of 1s. I'll go ahead and put you back backstage in the queue, and if you can get your audio fixed, I'll bring you back up. Okay? Yeah, everyone, let me know in the chat that it's real bad.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get some more people up here. We got who's next? Okay. Let's see. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you from.
What's good, No Fugazee? I'm Daryl. I'm from Detroit.
Cool. What you here to debate about, man?
I'm here to debate, and you have already addressed this, right? Let me make sure I'm not coming over to troll you. I'm not cloud chasing. I want to have a real conversation. I'm married. I know that you basically, I think you said you married by the state.
No, I never said that.
You never said? Okay, so that's something I heard about you. I heard that you was married, you with your girl for like 17 years, something like that or whatever. So my apologies, right?
All of that's wrong. But let's go ahead and get to before you get to your question, let me know what you want to debate about.
Yeah. Do you think that instead of you saying that, baby mamas are recreational use, all that kind of stuff, that do you think that you'd be better off and you have more influence if you were promoting the lifestyle that you do live, right? Promoting the woman that you're with, telling men that it's okay to be with baby mamas, telling men that it's okay to fall in love and have a family, to be a stepfather, because you are a black man, you are those things, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But oftentimes we have men, unfortunately like yourself, who have platforms who not shit on baby mamas, but use them in a way to degrade them while at the same time you're dating one, right? So my question is, do you think that it'd be more beneficial for black men to hear you talk about how, I have a good relationship as a stepfather, I have a good relationship dating a baby mama, instead of spreading the gossip and bullshit that you spread out?
Cool. So your question is, I'm going to answer your question. Well, first I'll give a direct answer. The answer to your question will be no. Now I'm going to ask you a question to test your logic, right? So you just said that, well, actually, the first question is, well, I'll do it this way with you. Do you think that if someone says something, that if someone is trying to, tell people what's best to do you think that it's good to talk about the exceptions to things?
Can you give me an example?
I'll give you an example. Great. Perfect. So let's say we know that. Let's speak specifically about the topic. So generally speaking, I believe that men should avoid women that has kids if they don't have any kids. Right? So if you don't have any kids, you should avoid women that do have kids. We do know that there are exceptions. There are really good women and women that can possibly even be a great benefit to a man that, has kids, meaning that she's an exception to the rule. Do you think that it's good to tell people to go for the exception or to tell people to go for what's best?
I think
So should you give general advice? The question is, should you give people general advice or should you give people, it's like 2% are pretty good. So yeah, go for the 2% and not the 98%.
Listen, what you're saying can be applied across different conversations and different metrics.
Got
right?
you. Just answer the question.
Of course, you answer my question with a question, so I got you.
But I answered your question directly. Yeah, I answered your question directly. I said no.
So to answer your question directly,
go ahead.
We never would go off on the exceptions, right? We go off the rule, right? So the exceptions don't really matter. But
got it. So stop it right there. So stop it right there. Yeah, stop it right there. I got you. Stop it. No, I got you, Daryl. Stop it right there. I'm not. Yeah. I'm going to let you get it all out too. But I want you to understand your thinking and your worldview is incorrect, is nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. You came on stream and you said, hey, man, you live this life. You live a life of all of your information is wrong. You don't even know the type of life I live, right? But you say you have this type of lifestyle, but you're telling other people not to go for this type of lifestyle. Wouldn't you think that it would serve you best if whatever type of life you live, you should also tell other people to go for this lifestyle? I just proved to you that, telling people about exceptions, right? And you just admitted to it, isn't a good thing because it's rare. It's not something that they would normally experience when they're dating single mothers. When you date single mothers, you think most of them are going to be good? Do you think most of them are not going to be promiscuous? Do you think most of them is not going to come with all of this baggage? Well, yeah, most of them will. The majority of them will, right? You get what I'm saying? So why would you advise someone to go for that? You should tell people, especially you should know your audience. If most of the audience that you're speaking to are single men without any kids, why would you advise them to go with women that do have kids? My life doesn't even fit my audience. I have kids. You get what I'm saying? So you don't know what you're speaking about, bro. You just came in here like totally uninformed and stuff like that.
Then we can have a real conversation, right? So is my turn to speak? I didn't interrupt you once.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that you came in here totally uninformed.
I to actually say what I'm saying. For one, you said I was wrong. Let's start there. Hold on.
Yeah, you are wrong. Go ahead.
Right? I know you're not a woman, so I'm not going to treat you like one. Right? So we said I was wrong. So let's say I'm going to list the things I said about you, and you tell me why I'm wrong. Are you not dating a baby mama? Yes or no?
Yeah, so you're asking these questions again, which you don't even know your research.
Yes or no?
You don't even know your research, bro.
I wasn't wrong, right? You dating a baby mama.
What the thing is, everything that you said, you're incorrect about it, bro. You're a dork.
That's what I'm saying.
Your wife. Listen, if I wanted to, I could smash your wife. Your dream girl, I could smash. Get out of here, you dork. Bro, you are
somebody
a dork.
Somebody fucked your baby mama already.
You are a dork.
Somebody fucked your baby mama already.
Your chick right
somebody
now.
Fucked your baby mama already,
bitch. Go ahead and find
somebody
your chick.
Your white bitch
Don't
already.
run either.
Somebody
Don't
fucked
run either.
Your white bitch.
I'm gonna have everybody in this chat.
Somebody fucked your white bitch.
Is your girl a virgin?
Somebody fucked your white bitch.
Is your girl a virgin? Is your girl a virgin? Answer the question. Is she a virgin? Is she a virgin, bro?
Somebody fucked your bitch.
Answer the question. Is she a virgin? Is your woman a virgin? Listen, answer the question. And you cutting out. Your audio is going in and out too. You choppy right now.
Sure microphone.
No, you're chopping right now, bro. I can't even hear you.
He says I'm muted.
I just muted you to speak to you. I just unmuted you just now, but you were chopping in and out, and I couldn't hear your audio because you were screaming. So answer the question.
Bro, stop it, bro.
Yeah,
Stop.
we could all see that something is going on with your audio and something is going on with your visuals. You're cutting, you're choppy right now, so you're lying.
Bro.
Listen,
all right, bro.
is your chick a
I'm
virgin?
out of here. Clearly,
No,
your
don't
bitch getting
run.
fucked
Don't
got you
run.
mad,
Don't
bro.
run. Don't run.
Your
Don't
bitch
run.
getting fucked by
Is
white
your
men.
chick a virgin? Is your chick a virgin? You are a dork. And I smack you in your face. Listen, you the type of dude, guess what? I'll fly you out so you can get this beat down. I'll share the screen and I'll book it. I'll book the ticket. I'll book the ticket. Don't go anywhere. Hold up. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna book the ticket live. I've been waiting for someone like you. I'll thrash you. Let's see. We're gonna pull it up right now. Why you got your chair back? You a dork. Look, I'm about to book the ticket right now. Hold up. We gonna share the screen and see if he all this talk. I love people like you. Don't go anywhere. Stay put. I want you to give me your information live. I'm gonna go ahead and book your ticket, bring you out here, and I'm gonna knock you out. We doing a bare knuckle too. Bare knuckle. Cause a lot of y'all clowns, y'all come in here and y'all just talk, but y'all never with the smoke. Never with the smoke. All right, let's get it. Where's that? Hold up. Let's get it. We about to book his flight right now. I'll pay for it too. Come on, we gonna do it. Yo, speaking of Mike.
Yo, bitch got fucked, bitch.
Yo, speaking of Mike.
Shut
We
up,
booking your
bitch.
flight.
Shut
We booking
up,
your
bitch.
flight. Oh, you still scared? Listen, chat. I want you to know that these are just clowns that come on. You have a grown man. I'm a grown man. I'm telling him I would book his flight to where I'm at. I will book his flight to where I'm at. Bring him to the studio. He can say all of these things to me live on stream, and we will do bare knuckle, no gloves. I think can you do bare knuckle on YouTube? Maybe so, maybe not. But let's see. Please, let's do it. So look, I have it up here. I'm sharing the screen. Darrell, where are you from?
I live downtown Chicago. Hit me up.
Okay, I'm gonna book it now, live.
We
gonna do everything
bitch.
live.
Come to Chicago, I beat your ass.
No, look,
And bring
I'm
your
gonna book it
ugly
for
ass
you.
wife.
Nah.
Bring the nigga that
Listen. I'm going to book it. You talking about things that you shouldn't be talking about right now because you are scared. You are a scary little man, scary little boy. This guy got up. Come on, bro. You trying to get the stream demonetized? Why are you putting up your middle finger? That's what little kids do. Please give me your information, okay? So I need to know what station, what airport should I book you from? I need to know your first and your last name. So let's start with that. What airport are you leaving from?
I'm the nigga that fucks your white bitch.
What airport are you leaving from? What airport are you leaving from? Yeah, he doesn't want it. See, this is what you go through, chat. These clowns, this is pointless speaking to them. Just dorks, man. Just dorks. Told him I'll book it. Just imagine too, right? Because I'm a man of my word. So like imagine coming on someone's stream and you making claims. You don't know what you're talking about. He comes on, he's talking about things like, oh, you've been with your girl 17 years. No, who ever said that? Oh, aren't you married to the state? Wait, married to the state? Nigga, I'm against that. What are you talking about? All the things that he was saying was just incorrect. So that means that this is a clown that watched no videos of mine. He knows nothing about any of this exposure stuff. He knows nothing about the truth. He just seen like some clips and was like, okay, this is a good moment where I can come on stream and I could, tell him something. But he didn't know that I'm really that guy. I'm really a thorough nigga. Wanted to book your flight online and he evaded it. He didn't want no smoke. Zero smoke. Oh man. It would have been funny too if you just. I want another one like you, but I want someone that's tougher, someone that has heart, a man's man, to actually come on stream, talk smack, so I could be like, all right, cool. Listen, bro, buddy, everything that you have to say, great. Let's book the flight and come say it to my face. They never want to do it. They never want to do it. Okay, let's bring some more people up. That was fun. Appreciate it. Let's see if, all right. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
Robert, Alabama.
What's going on, Robert? Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, bro? I saw you. I've been here like once before, so
Okay.
I had to catch a podcast today. The first gentleman that came on, he was talking about, I guess, the language or something.
Okay, you talking about the J guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The guy y'all roasted. I'm not sure. Yeah, man. It was all good.
Yeah.
I hope you guys don't roast me, man. But yeah, he was speaking.
Well, first, Robert, let me know what you want to debate about, and then we can get to any topics you want.
Oh, you were talking about the language. Pretty much, I was calling a reference to what you were talking about, the language, and how the language.
Wait, is this a question for Jay or for myself then?
I just want to elaborate on what he's talking about, the language. I think he was missing some key points about the language, about English language in particular.
So then this isn't a debate. Then this is just you want to expound on a few points that Jay made.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be for another. Nah, that's gonna be for another stream, and it has nothing to do with myself or what we're doing tonight. Tonight is debate night, so anything that you want to speak about, any topics, any worldview that you want to push forward, I will then combat that worldview. But I appreciate it, man.
I could do a worldview.
What you say?
I could do a worldview.
Do you think that your worldview is different than mine?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What's your worldview?
As far as America, or let's do America. As far as the worldview of America, I think one of the things that's affecting, especially the melanated community, is the language you speak. And the reason why I've said the language you speak because it's not our original language, and because it's not our original language, you actually have an adverse effect on our environment, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Okay. So you're saying that since we've adopted another language, then it has an effect on us spiritually, mentally, and emotionally.
Yes, because language is a program that influences our mind and control our actions. So pretty much,
would you say that the same about other nations that conquered nations and took over and got rid of their languages and made the people that they enslaved to adopt their language, or no?
Yes, that's how it works. Yes.
Okay, so that's how it works. So every nation that took over another nation and made them adopt their language, then they would suffer spiritually, mentally, and physically and stuff.
Yes, pretty much it changes the dynamics of their environment. One of the key things.
My one question would be then. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll let you go. So if language changes the mental, the physical, the spiritual, if someone takes away your language, I can see how back 400 years ago when black people were slaves and those black people back then weren't allowed to use their native language and they can only speak the language of the slave master. I can see how that can mess with them mentally, physically, and spiritually. I don't see how if generations down the line, they already adopted the English language and it's natural to them. I don't see how it's affecting black people today, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Okay, the reason why it affected us mentally, physically, is because it actually had reprogrammed us. Prior to, I know you bring up slavery. Prior to that, we actually lived a very nature-based, because the language we actually use was nature-dependent. You actually reflect nature. That's what the gentleman was talking about, reflect nature. So we actually move from a nature-based reality or nature-based language to a synthetic language, which is English itself. And,
Okay.
and, and because the language is synthetic and we are biological, it actually affects us in that way.
I,
So we are
Okay.
I don't
doing things that's
I don't wait. What do you when you say language is synthetic? Every spoken language is man made. I don't know what do you mean by that?
no. So we have a you can look at it as some people call it Aramaic language, some people call it Adamic language, some people call it language of the angels. That language was actually nature dependent, which means it reflects images of nature. So things that we say and do actually mirrors nature. It wasn't man-made. It was actually created for us to actually incorporate biology because we're biological into our environment so that we actually
I'm
don't
still
oppose natural laws.
I'm still confused. So the we'll just say Aramaic language and or
Yes,
Aramaic based languages
yes.
were not man made. They're actually supernatural in nature.
No, 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 not supernatural. It was given to us by our creator. It was given to us by our creator. Why? Because it's a way for us to actually mirror the environment around us. If you violate natural laws, it will actually destroy you.
Okay,
Because
so
we,
the
yes,
language you said was given this tool was given to
yes,
us by a supernatural entity. So it
not
is
supernatural.
supernatural in nature.
It's not supernatural.
Well, is God not supernatural?
No, it's not supernatural.
Is I'm talking about God, the deity God, Jehovah.
No, there's no such thing as God. It's actually Aramaic. It's Gada. It means genetically destroy or cut off. The word Gada, the word God came from the word Gada, which means to genetically destroy.
Okay, so
It doesn't mean a creator. It doesn't mean a creator. It does that's not what it means in Aramaic.
what entity are you referring to when you say it gave us this
Yeah.
language?
So our creator, the one that created us, some people call him the Most High, but it was a entity that actually created us and planted us here on Earth to actually rule over the earth and be the stewards of the earth. That's what it was created here
Okay, so
for.
this most high entity, is it
Yes.
bound by a mortal coil? Is it corporeal?
No, it actually functioned in dimensional ways. So
Okay, so it
um,
operates on a level that we do not have access to.
no, we don't have access to it. At one point, the people that actually conveyed this entity information, like if you read the Bible, when it said the word came onto such and such, the word in Aramaic is talking about like an angel. Just like when Abraham saw the angels came to him, and he actually fed them before they went to Sodom and Gomorrah. These are actual beings that actually came to Earth to actually talk with humans and
When these
actually
beings
help
came to
help them
Earth,
along the way.
did they possess an ability that mortals do not have?
They have technology. That's the difference.
Okay, do they have abilities, innate abilities that mortal human beings do not have?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so then they're supernatural in nature. That is what the inherent quality of the creatures, the entities that you're talking about they're supernatural.
I mean, you call them supernatural. They're a different kind. Just
That's fine.
they,
I mean, we can be
they're different kind.
supernatural, but
Yeah,
they're still
yeah,
supernatural. Okay, so
yeah.
then the language that you're saying that was bequeathed to all of humankind is
Yes.
supernatural in nature. Okay. So
No,
then
it's
you
nature.
better
It's nature dependent. It's nature
it's
dependent.
nature dependent, but it was gifted
Yes.
to us by a supernatural entity. So its
Uh,
origin for the Aramaic language, the origin was from a supernatural source.
I mean, if you want to use that language, that's fine. Yes, yes, you can
Well,
say
I
that.
mean,
Yes,
we're
that would be
talking about
correct.
like because
Yeah.
how do you validate any of that? How do you tell the difference? If I were to give you a script
Mhm,
and a Rosetta
mhm,
Stone, and I said that this
mhm.
script from this unknown civilization came from a supernatural entity, how would you validate that?
Because the things that nature give us is nature is our language. So whatever action we take, there's an outcome to it. So that's how the language is based. So if you see the things that we do, they they actually come with I guess it's called it side effects or effects. So these things still happen. So
I don't think that answers my question.
it's nothing new.
So what was my question to you? Can you repeat my question?
No, you're gonna say it again. Yeah.
If I were to give you, this is a hypothetical, if I were to give you
Mm-hmm.
text, a script from some unknown language,
Mm-hmm.
how would you determine whether it was supernatural in origin or natural in origin? How would you personally determine that?
It's you say keep saying supernatural. It's actually natural to us because it mimics natural laws.
So I guess let me clarify. When I say empirical,
Mm-hmm.
empirical, okay? So when I say the word empirical, do you understand what I mean?
No, go ahead, man. You're the
Okay.
PhD guy. Tell me.
So that's fine. That's fine. So I'll say, okay. So we can't measure the weight of a soul. Would you agree?
No.
No. Okay. We can't measure the weight of a soul. Can we measure our physical weight of our bodies?
Yes.
Okay. So the fact that we can reliably test and observe in nature what our bodies are and how much mass they take up, that's empirical. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we can't do that for a soul is non-corporeal. There's nothing attached. There's nothing for us to observe. That would be supernatural. It's outside of nature. Things that are natural, we can weigh and measure and test and predict. Things outside of that realm, we consider supernatural. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I use the word empirical, I'm referring to.
Yeah, 1 second, man. Let commentary get everything out. I'm sorry, commentary. Repeat that last 10 seconds you just said.
Okay, so when I use the word empirical, I'm referring to things that are nature based. They're natural. Things that, like the air, we can actually calculate and measure how much air is around us, the pressure and all that kind of stuff. We can't do that with a soul. A soul will be considered supernatural. A deity, a god, is supernatural. We can't measure a god, right? So that would be outside of nature, supernatural. So that when I'm using those terms, that's how I'm defining them. Is that better?
Okay. That's good.
Okay. Right. So so back to the question: how do you determine that this language that you're referring to, this Aramaic, is supernatural as far as its origin versus every other language that exists that is man-made?
You're frozen. Okay. You're frozen on the last part, but I'm going to explain it.
Yeah. So real quick. Basically, I mean, the conversation itself, good job, commentary, with the questions and testing, the logic behind his worldview with saying that, the problem is the language. The reason why, black people have problems currently today, because, we've adopted the white man's language, and this language, it messes with us spiritually, mentally, and physically, like you said. We just went through it all. It just doesn't correlate. I get the one part, what you're saying. Like, even if you're speaking about it biblically, like God actually, when people was going up to the Tower of Babylon, God gave everyone different languages. So I get it. But why would God give everyone different languages if it's going to be to their own detriment mentally, physically, and spiritually?
Okay, so
forever. No. Listen, real quick. For your thing is that when we adopted this new language, right? It messed black people up mentally, physically, and spiritually forever. Yes. But God gave everyone different languages, right? When they were trying to go to the build the Tower of Babylon to make it to heaven, He said, now y'all won't be able to make it to the freaking I don't know the verse, but you can't build. Pretty much, He gave different languages so they won't make it to heaven, right? And if He did that, and it does say it in the Bible, so He did do that. So obviously, that would make them, in your worldview, that would mess them up mentally, physically, and spiritually forever. So don't blame the white man. Blame God.
I'm not blaming it. I'm not blaming anyone.
In your worldview.
Okay, so check this out. The language we got actually. The Israelites, the religion and stuff that people worship today, Christianity and all these things, that as far as the Israelites, they were given a language for themselves. And that language.
Okay, I get it. But what does that have to do with the detrimental with black people not being where they are today? Because that's what the conversation was around.
Yes, yes, because the language has changed. Our language that we
No language has
use.
changed.
But it's always changing.
No. Listen, the language changed from a nature-based language that promotes self-governing, self-sufficiency, and because
But it
that
always
changed.
changed.
Well, hold on. Those are aspects of culture. That's not language. How are those two things being
No.
conflated?
Okay. So Aramaic language, the initial language that we spoke, it promotes self-care, self-sufficiency, and self-governing.
Those sound
And
like
because
laws. Hold on. Are you talking about
I
Aramaic
know
law within Aramaic society?
the Israelites was given set apart instructions.
Okay, but those are laws. That's not language. You can have the same laws in a different language. Those two things are separate.
The language conveys the laws and the culture.
No. Language conveys thoughts and ideas, and that can
No,
include laws. No, that's not how language works.
Yeah, that isn't how. Go ahead.
I'll tell you, because
Commentary.
Aramaic is a high context language. The language that we speak is low context. So if we're going to talk about the impacts of these languages, then let's look at them in perspective of whether they're high context or low context. So because if you're saying that they're somehow impacting people and their society and their culture, then they're going to
Yes,
inherently be high context. We don't speak a high context language.
we
English
did
and all of
before.
its dialects are all low context.
Yeah,
So
but
We
even
did
if
before.
how does that relate
even if
to
we
culture and law?
yeah, but
Because
go ahead.
language is a program that influences our minds and control our actions. When you change the language, you change the action of the people.
No.
And by changing the language of the people you're gonna go from a positive. We speak a positive language that actually is supported by nature to unnatural language which promote degeneracy. That's what it went from. That's a fall. That's what the fall is for. That's what the fall is about. Went from nature supported to man-made or a synthetic language. And so guess what? Because we're biological, we have to pair biological language with our biology. You cannot try to solve for biology with a synthetic language. It doesn't work.
Okay, so
And
real quick,
that's our problem.
yeah, that doesn't correlate because intent is everything. So scientists actually did studies, and it's not what you say; it's the intent behind it. So I
It's
wish
our
I could
action,
pull
man.
up. Let me finish.
We're
Let me
judged by
finish.
actions.
Let me finish because it's empirical data. I wish I had it to bring it up, but maybe one of I know
have a question for
commentary.
you.
Real quick, commentary.
Okay.
Maybe you've seen it, and maybe some people in the chat seen this viral video, and it's not new. It's fairly old, but scientists did studies, and with plants, with water, with food, and different things, different organic materials, and it wasn't what they said, it was the intent behind it. So meaning that I think it was like a plant. For a quick example,
People were yelling or playing music.
they were yelling, playing music, and doing things, and the plant would die fast. Right? It was so it made it seem like let me finish. It made it seem like it was what they were saying, but it was the intent behind it. I can say that I hate you, but if I mean love and my intention is love, nothing wouldn't happen. So intent is actually more important than language. Language is good. Like if you're speaking about how can it make an effect, I think language is very, very important. I think a lot of the things that you are saying, it holds some merit. But when we're speaking about like, language affecting black people today, because that was your statement, it just doesn't correlate because language always changed. So since language, we gotta speak what's real. Since language always changed, and even God changed language, that means that language is important. But I think that if we can have an understanding, if we can speak the same language and have an understanding, then what's most important is my intent behind it. Like once we can get on that same language pattern, doesn't matter if it's low frequency language or high frequency language, right? It doesn't matter. It's the intent behind it. You get what I'm saying?
But here's the thing: we're not judged by intent. We are judged by our actions. Everything in nature.
That doesn't make any sense. In the New Testament, God says something totally. Jesus came back and said something totally different. He said, listen, I'm going to break it down to you. Okay. Jesus said things like, okay, you should poke out your eyes if you lust for a woman. Like, yeah, don't commit adultery. That's good. Don't commit adultery. But even if you lust after a woman, you should take out your eyes. You know why? It's because the intent behind it, not the action. Like, you could do things that committing adultery is one thing that's bad. In the Old Testament, it was about what you did. But then in the New Testament, it went towards intent, not even an action, just the thought. Your intentions of something is what's negative and what's bad. So what you're speaking about is just not true in biblical history.
Okay, I have a question for you. In a natural world, do you get arrested for intent, or you get arrested for your action? Which one you get arrested for?
If it's conspiracy, then you get arrested for intent.
Okay,
That is a fact.
So guess what? Majority of the laws, you have to actually do something to get arrested. Cause and effect. You actually have to physically do something to get arrested.
I mean, you having the intention of doing something is still doing something. That's it, just because it's not necessarily physical doesn't mean that it's not an action. You can do non-physical things that are action.
And that's false, because people watch kids corn. Kids corn, PORN, and they get arrested for watching it. They didn't take any action on it for messing with the kids for pedophilia, but they got arrested just by watching it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's the intent behind it. So we have many laws based off of intent too. So intentions are. Like, think about it. Like, think about the difference between premeditated murder and homicide. Like, it's the reason why premeditated murder, you get more years, is because, nigga, you had more intentions to really harm someone than just driving drunk and crashing and killing someone.
No, but you're still judged by your action. It's all about the action at the end of it. It doesn't matter if premeditated or not. It's still your action. If it didn't happen in the physical world, you're not judged by it. We're not judged. I mean, of course, they have, like, now the past laws where they have thought crime.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let's see if test your logic. You got a friend. His name is George, right? You just met George. George tells you that I have homosexual thoughts. I'm gay, but I never took action on sleeping with a man. Can you trust that George wouldn't have nefarious views with you, or nefarious motives with you?
I mean, here's the thing. We are judged by our actions.
No.
I can't say that. No, I can't.
Okay.
Because
let me cycle it. Let me cycle it back. Let's ask you a better question to fully get your worldview, because maybe I'm just assuming. My bad. Do you have any gay friends?
No.
And why don't you have any gay friends?
I only have one friend.
Okay. Would you have a gay friend?
Yeah, I know gay people in the army. I have nothing with them. Yeah.
I know, but would you have a gay friend and allow them around your family and your children? Would you be okay with that? Be honest.
I want friends of, I mean, I know people that are, but
yeah,
they're not
I know,
friends
but
of mine, but I know them.
You know them, but would you actually, because this is me testing the logic here, would you actually, hypothetical world, it's a hypothetical to test your worldview. So hypothetically, if you had a gay friend and he's your friend, would you be okay with allowing your gay friend around your kids and your household and bringing this gay man to all the family events and stuff? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, got it, right? And so now you said no to that. So you're not really comfortable with having gay people around. And I believe it's because the gay person never did any actions to you, but I believe that it's the intent. Because we're speaking about the intent.
No, it's not intent. They're gay, so they actually have committed action to be gay. So it's already done already. They're judged.
You cut out. Hold up. Speak again real quick.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh, so the fact that
your audio just
gay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you keep cutting in and out, but I'll let you speak. I think it's a delay.
Okay, no. The fact that they are gay, that means they already done the action to be gay. So the action has already been done. I can't change that.
Yeah. So okay. So now let me get back to my original question then, right?
Yeah.
So, gay people, right? You currently right now in your worldview, how you operate in your mind, you wouldn't be cool with having a gay person around your family and stuff like that, right? And your children. It's like, nah, I wouldn't allow that. Now my question is, well, a gay person that never actually did the act, but they have homosexual thoughts. They are gay in their mind. And this man comes up to you and he says, hey, man, I've never took action on sleeping with a man or doing anything sexual with a man, but I am sexually attracted to men. Are you okay with having that man around yourself, your family, and your kids?
They never done the action. How can I judge someone if they never done the action, man?
Answer the question. Yes or no. The thing is,
that's fine.
Okay, so you will be okay with that?
Yeah, because he never done the action.
So then
There's there's action tied to everything, man. You can't just make up things.
No. What I'm saying is, the gay person that you said that you wouldn't allow your family and your children and stuff like that, or to family events, he never committed any actions of homosexuality. Real quick, he never committed any homosexual actions around your family, around you, or your children. But you wouldn't stop it. But you wouldn't allow him around around your household because his intent. Now think about it. You just said that you would allow a gay person in your house, around your family and your children, that he never committed the action, but he still has the intent to do so. He's attracted to you, my nigga. He gay. He's attracted to men. So it's a contradictory, right? So one side, the guy never committed any actions towards you or your family, but you wouldn't allow him around your house. The other guy, he never committed any action or anything at all, but you wouldn't allow him around your house. So it's a contradiction. It's a contradiction, man.
You're actually the same question. The first question is he did do something. The second question, he did not.
Yes.
Yeah, so the first one, he actually
what's
did
the
act.
same? What's the same as this? The same is the intent. Both gay people are attracted to, they have homosexual thoughts. They're attracted to the same sex. You get it? One person acted on it, right?
Yes,
and
he's the first one.
But he never acted on he never did any type of homosexuality around you and your family and your children. But guess what? Yeah, but look, you still wouldn't want him around your family and children. The other guy...
You're judged by your actions, man. Bro, you're judged by your actions, bro. We go to jail.
We got Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Here is the foundation of intent. Like, that's the foundation of intent. Shout out to Bradley Nukes, too, for sending me that scripture. So it's like we have... do you read the Bible?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so even in the Bible, man, it's like intent is everything.
No, that's the New Testament. The New Testament.
That was the Old Testament.
we are judged by our actions.
But I read you a verse from the Old Testament, though. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things. So that's the heart. That's before you even act on anything.
Do you know the translation of the word heart in the verse?
Oh man.
Bro,
what's the translation, bro?
No, okay. Check this out. The reason why you're laughing is because you don't know that the Bible is written in Aramaic. You're reading the English version of it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
What is it? Do you know?
No, I have to look up the Aramaic translation.
So what you bringing it up for?
Because the words that are in English are not the same that they came from. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Right? I'm gonna give a perfect example. You know, in the Genesis where it said that they talk about a tree and they talk about the touching and the eating of the fruit.
Yeah.
Do you know what that translates to? Or you have an idea what that translates to?
You tell me.
Okay, so touch and eat is something we still do today. Sexually, we touch and eat when we have sex. The tree represents angels and humans, and also the tree itself. Why? Because they all three reproduces. So when you read it, it's actually talking about Eve actually having intercourse with a seraph, which is an angel.
Oh
that's
man!
That's what the thing's about.
You think that Eve let the serpent smash, or the angel smash?
That's what happened, bro. It's
Okay,
an
so
Aramaic,
he
it's an Aramaic language.
all
Yeah,
right,
that's
so
what.
he let the serpent smash. That's your interpretation of it. Listen,
No, no,
man.
no. That's what's written, bro. It's not. Listen,
Let me
Hey, you
let
speak
me
English,
let
bro.
me bring him back up real quick. Pappy, I know you wanted to hop in a convo. What you got for us, man?
Yeah. Well, I had a whole nother topic. I mean, I could respond to which I talk about, but
What?
you
Okay,
know.
what topic? It's all good. This topic, we kind of beat this to death. What questions you had?
Oh, so we talked before, man. I'm the dude that came up here a few months ago, and I had I'm the women is superior guy.
Oh, yeah. Let me Robert, you got to go, man. Let's get it in. Okay, so you a
Yeah,
male
so
feminist?
I guess you could call me that.
All right.
But I would like go ahead, go ahead.
No, okay, so it's debate night, man, same as last time. So if you have any topics that you said you got some topics that you want to speak about, we could bring it up. So let me know what you want to debate about and we can get into it.
Same shit. I ain't get to land my plane the last time.
I don't even remember, but all I know, it was like you was a male fem. You were saying some stuff. Okay, so what were we speaking about before? Refresh my memory.
So my claim was that women are superior. And you like to talk about how you say you like to talk about how things should be, not how they are, right? Because things are messed up, right?
Okay, so
Society.
1 second here, my bad. All right. So you believe that women are superior, and I guess I kind of remember the debate from last time and what we spoke about a little bit. But I'll let you expound on your points. My first question would be, since that's your worldview that women are superior than men, my first question would be, then why do women need men to survive? And from the beginning of time, women needed men for survival value. My claim is men, we don't need women for survival value. We only need women for replication value. Men, we are capable and have the physical strength and mental abilities and awareness to actually survive on a planet alone without women at all. But women do not have the same physical capabilities to manipulate the world and survive without a man. So my first question is, that's my claim. My first question is then, why do women need men for survival value if they're superior?
Well, that's your claim. That's your perspective. That's your worldview. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay, so cool. What part don't you agree with then?
Uh, the the whole premise that women can't survive without men, and I guess I would have to start with um why you think what you think, or why I think what I think, because I think that our worldviews are mostly shaped from society. Well, our childhood first, and then society and the culture. Um, but I think that you think how you think. So that's why I brought up about you mentioned a lot about you talk a lot about how things should be, not how they are, because we can all acknowledge that things are messed up nowadays. And
Well, no,
so
I speak from what I've just spoken to you was how things was and how things are. So you have
that's
to
your
dispute.
perspective.
Okay, well, then try to prove it wrong then. So I'll make the claim again and let me know what you disagree with and try to prove it wrong. Men, 1 second. Every time I speak, there's an echo, so I got to mute you while I speak. So men do not need women for, real quick, let's bring it all back. Your claim is women are superior than men. My claim is that that's incorrect. So I'm disproving your point with this right here. The reason why women aren't superior than men is because Men do not need women for survival value. We only need women for replication value, meaning to procreate. Women, on the other hand, they need men for survival value and for replication value. Women can't manipulate the world how a man can. Women are higher in estrogen. They are scared of the dark. They're not going to hunt and gather at night like men are. Women don't have the physical capabilities to pick up things and to maneuver things and to manipulate the world and manipulate nature pretty much how a man can. Men, we can build fires, we can build shelters. We're just physically superior. We can do all of these things without a woman, and we can do it at a higher rate and at a higher degree. Women can't. To prove this, there was an episode on Bear Grylls where they put women on an island and men on an island, right? They chose random men and women. Men, when they got together on this island, they created what's called a hierarchy, right? A triangle, meaning that they put the best person in position first. Hey, we get together. You're good at this. You're good at that. Okay, you take this job. You go this. You got the good leadership skills. You're at the top. We create a hierarchy and things get done. On the woman island, they didn't create any hierarchy. They did everything by committee. So they tried to do everything in an egalitarian sense to try to equalize everything, right? So how they viewed the world was, okay, well, they're all emotional, so they're tiptoeing around. Oh, well, I don't really want to hurt Kelly feelings or Amber feelings, so let's just give everything equal, even when they know Kelly and Amber suck. So on the men's aisle, they did everything in a merit base. A hierarchy is all based off of merit, what you produce. On the women's island, it wasn't based off of merit. It was based off how they feel. So they couldn't do anything. And on the women's island, they couldn't clean water. They couldn't build any shelter. They couldn't build any fires. And they got eliminated really fast. On the man island, they survived and lasted the entire episode, the entire season. So that's my proof to state what you just stated, that women are superior than men. It is incorrect. Now try to disprove what I said. You're unmuted.
So maybe I need to clean up my statement a little bit, because superiority ain't just about physicality. You mentioned some things about setting up a hierarchy, building a fire, stuff like that. But that don't necessarily make. When I say superior, I'm saying you believe in God. I believe in God. We might both have different concepts of what that is. However, I'm saying when I say superior, I'm saying God created the female sex more superior than men. So, and my claim is that men, okay, so when we're born, we all look like women in the fetus, right? So men actually develop. You said something about estrogen, or maybe no, maybe you didn't. Maybe you said something about being scared.
I said women are higher in estrogen, which
Right.
means that they
Okay,
feel
cool.
more emotions. Women are also higher in trait neuroticism, which means that they feel more negative emotions. So they're going to be, based off of the genders, if we're measuring them, who's going to be more likely to be scared of the dark? Women. Who's going to be more likely to be scared of a loud roar from a tiger or a bear? The woman. So she can't manipulate the world and survive like a man can. She's weaker, and mentally, from a chemical standpoint, her chemical imbalance, her chemicals that she has from the estrogen and everything is just not on the level that a man is. It's just not there. She's not made to survive.
That's your worldview. Listen to what I'm saying.
No,
bro.
that is
I'm
the
saying
truth, my friend.
That's an opinion, bro.
No, well then you have to. Everything I said, you can Google it. You want me to pull it up for you?
Nah, let me land my plane. This is what happened the
Go
last
ahead.
time. Like,
But you taking a little while to get there, right? So I stated the claim And then you tried to backpedal. You tried to say, well, maybe. Well, listen. You tried to say, well, maybe you did try to backpedal. I gave the floor to you. You was like, well, maybe I didn't articulate myself good enough as far as
And
what
then
I
I
mean by
started going.
superior. And then you said, well, superior doesn't mean physical. But then you never really expounded on anything but that. So go ahead and
Yo,
finish
you
up.
cut me off.
No, you
You
started
cut me
speaking. You
off.
started moving the goalposts, and then you asked me a question about the freaking the chemicals
No,
in
I
a
was
woman,
talking about
estrogen.
estrogen. I ain't asked you a question. I was saying, men, we both got testosterone. We both got estrogen. I'm saying the things that you talk about that make women inferior, they can also be considered traits that make them superior. Because the fact that she has trait neuroticism, like that could give her a better connection to nature, or that could make her, because she gonna have children, and so she kind of needs to be like that so that she could protect her children from any kind of harm, or like you say, the bears, or anything that might come into the world. Like you said, she can't survive in the world. But these traits, that's like, okay, so even the testosterone and estrogen, I'm saying as a man, the older you get, the less testosterone you start to make and the more estrogen you start to make. See, what I'm saying is about biology. I ain't really talking about what you think or what you believe or how you feel about it. I'm saying God created women more complex than men. You make that statement too, that men are simple. Okay, then, so how is it that this simple being is more superior than the complex being? I'm saying, you said women don't need men to survive, but men only need women to procreate. Well, I'm saying, what's more important, procreating or surviving? I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, because if you don't live, then you can't procreate. But if you don't procreate, the human race, the human species is like, it's
Yeah.
extinct.
So here, my dear friend, this is what happens. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of going to the root, the cause of things. You need to be able to survive first. So you talking about, well, you kind of need both. Well, to survive, no. You just need one thing. Men are better at survival value. We don't need women. We don't need a woman at all on this planet. We only need them for replication value, but replication comes after survival. You need to survive to replicate. You don't need to replicate to survive. The only thing you need to replicate is so the species can continue. But if we're speaking about that is to continue. That's what I'm speaking about. But if we're speaking about men and women, right? Men and women. And let me take you off of mute too. I put you on mute because every time I have you off of mute, when I speak, I can hear an echo. But I'll take you. Well, when you start speaking, I'll just take you off of mute. But does that make sense of what I'm saying?
I understand totally what you're saying. I don't think you
Got
understand
it.
what I'm
So I understand you, but dispute what I'm saying. You didn't dispute my claim, but I disputed
I
yours.
disputed everything, bro. You said that women need men to
What?
survive.
Let me check the chat. What's going on with this thing?
Hold on. So what I'm saying is just all the only thing the only thing you standing on is physical strength. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying to you that the other traits that women have that you call them, like, the only thing you naming is like trait neuroticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing that you saying that would make a woman, I mean, because her mental capacity ain't no less than a man's. I'm saying men and women, we can learn the same things in order
Yo,
to survive.
I
Like,
get
so it
what
may
you're.
so
So,
hold on,
okay,
bro.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
it may take two women to defeat the bear when one man could do it by himself. Okay, all
So you're
right,
proving
cool.
my point. You've
Yeah, but
never.
that
Here's
doesn't
the
have, hold on,
thing,
bro. Hold on. But there's
Pappy.
in
You've
the
never
world, it's
disproved my point.
no, I didn't, because in the world, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
God created two women, at least two women for every man, at least in the world globally. So even if you say it take two women to defeat the bear, I'm saying, like, a woman had to be here first. I know that you disagree because the Bible says Adam was here first, but that don't really make sense. Like, you would have to be a religious zealot to believe that, like, life on this planet started with a man and his rib. And I'm saying it couldn't have went like that. I'm saying
okay,
God
so you believe that
chose
you
God
believe
chose
that
the
the woman
woman.
came first, and how does that make sense to you? Explain your
all life
worldview on that.
all life comes from a female womb.
Oh, but once again, explain in a biological science way, in an empirical way, how women who hold just the X chromosome, they hold two X's, the XX chromosome, explain how, from something that's weaker, something can come out and be stronger. So explain this. How can a woman that is a weaker physical being in so many ways, right? Even in the mental way, the most smartest people are men. If you look at the IQ levels, it's the bell curve. Men, we are the smartest. That's just a fact. But we're also the dumbest too. There's more dumb men than there are dumb women. Women kind of hover around the middle. So what I'm saying is this, man, you're speaking like full nonsense right now. So, and you never disputed my worldview. You never disputed the claims that I made, but answer this question then. So explain in a scientific way how the woman came first and how can a man, a superior being, come from something that's weaker. Go ahead. Let me hear you.
So you keep making these opinionated statements like they're empirical, like
Got
the
it.
man
That's
is
fine.
like.
So that means that
Okay,
you
so
don't.
let me disprove it, bro.
Okay,
I'm
cool. Go
saying
ahead.
just because I'm like I said earlier, um, all of us look like women in the fetus. All mammals look the same. A
What does
man
that
has
prove, though?
a man has to develop. I'm saying your genitalia like had to like from the testosterone and or whatever, the XY, whatever. I'm saying you start like a woman at first. And then I'm saying you keep talking, you keep bringing up physical strength. And I don't understand why you think that is the only denominator that
I
would.
could tell you why. Is that a question? You asking me why? I got to
No,
mute you again,
I
though,
ain't
because every
asked you
time
no
I speak,
question, bro. I ain't asked you no question. I was still trying to explain myself, but like it's your
all right.
show, bro. Go ahead. It's your
No,
show.
no. Then finish explaining yourself. I'll wait. Go ahead.
I'm saying you keep talking about physical strength, but and you asked me to explain to you how a stronger being could come from a weaker being, and I'm trying to explain to you that all life comes from the womb of a woman. And so just because you read the Bible or some religious text and the text says that um, the man was put on earth first or however it states it, I mean, I know how it says it.
I want you to explain it in a scientific way. You're just stating things, but you're not explaining things.
Yo, I'm doing the same thing you did, bro. I'm saying what you
No,
said and
no,
I'm responding to what you said. You brought
no.
up the Bible, and so I'm bringing it up. You brought up
No,
physical strength, so I'm bringing it up.
when I explained things, I gave proof. I brung up that the man is physically stronger. The man can bench more than a woman. He has more grip strength than a woman. We have bigger bone densities. Our bone density is bigger. We have more lung capacity. We have more oxygen, so we could take in more oxygen. It's so many things. We have more spatial awareness. So men are physically superior than women on all levels. On all levels. So what I state, I back it up with proof, meaning that you can Google the things that I said. When you're speaking, you're just stating things and you're not coming from any science background or any type of proof. It holds no merit. So you made a claim. I'm going to ask you the question again, because if you don't give me an answer, I'm going to just disprove it with facts. So the question is, you believe that the woman was here first, right? So please let me know how the woman came here first. How was she here first? And then how can you get, I believe, and it's proven, you can go Google it, men are physically superior than women. My stance is, how can a weaker being create something that is a superior being? How does that happen? So like, are we weaker than are we superior than God? Like, no, that just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. So go ahead. Let me know from a scientific way. Give me some facts, not your feelings.
So you want to know scientifically how uh, a superior being can come from an inferior being,
But just how the woman came
right?
first.
Well, you asking me like, hold on, bro. That ain't scientific. That's like some. I ain't God now. What you asking me, bro? You
Bruh.
asking me? Hold on. You asking me how the woman came first? The only way that you could tell me how the woman came first is by looking at the Bible. So if you think the Bible,
That is
period.
that is
If
incorrect,
you
Pappy.
if you basing your worldview off the Bible, then
I'm not. I'm
okay.
speaking science. I didn't bring up anything
Hold
biblical.
on. Science never said that men came first.
Okay. You want me to you Pappy, listen. You've made a claim, but you've never explained your claim. Your claim is you are a bad debater, man. Your claim is that women was created first. Women was here before men. I'm just asking you, how is that possible? Don't tell me how you feel. Give me some proof, some scientific facts, right? If you don't, here's the thing. You're on mute real quick because every time I speak, there's an echo. Once I let you off of mute, you have to explain how the woman came first. If you do not do that, guess what? I'm going to put you back on mute, and then I'm going to just disprove what you said with more facts. So the floor is yours.
How the woman came first? I don't know.
Oh, listen, chat. I'm about to go. Chat, listen. Debate night. Chat. I don't know about these debate nights, bro. Y'all must be setting me up. The first caller, the third day. What's going on here, man? What is going on here? God dang. Okay, man. Pappy, you on mute because every time I take you off of mute again, I got to keep telling you because I see you talking. When I'm speaking, I got to put you on mute, bro, because there's an echo. It's not that I'm trying to like censor you or anything. You need a better mic. Mic situation. I think this happened the last time you came on too. All right, Pappy, you all for unmute. But listen, I'm going to disprove. Oh, he left. Homie left. Okay, cool. I may start. Maybe my beard's probably gonna start falling out. Gonna start getting gray hairs. Freaking more pimples and acne because of all these people that come on a stream that lack critical thinking skills, that have very, very low IQ, and don't really know how to explain their worldview. Or their worldview is it's a contradiction. So it's very, very sad how you can have someone that he believes that the woman came first, and I ask him how, but he can't explain. But I can explain my worldview totally fine. I can explain how the man is here first. And I can do that without using any biblical text. I can explain why the woman came from the man. I can explain all of these things, how I explained on many streams before. But if anyone that wants to come on that has his same worldview, but that's more intellectually sound and can, speak better, I'll allow you on up. Click the first link in the YouTube description and we can get down to business. Okay, cool. Let's bring up some more people. Some new people real quick. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and where you from.
Hey, man, my name is Marcellus Robinson, man, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. I hear the accent, man. My name is Marcellus Wallace, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Yes,
all right, brother.
Hey, that's flavor, though. Remember that.
He said that's flavor, though. Okay, are you here to debate?
Kinda, man. Cause I ultimately believe that the man is the head, not the tail. I mean, that's just given from what you say. As far as just everything, man. We logically think about stuff. We don't go off the first thought in our head. We actually assess the problem before we say something. But I will say like you said that we don't need women on Earth. I don't know. I don't fully agree with that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that we don't need women for survival value. We only need them for replication value. So replication value would conclude that for us to leave a legacy and for for human survival to keep surviving, yes, we need, women for replication value. But just as I'm a man and you bring a woman here and we put them on this world, she's going to need me to live out her full life that she can. I won't need her at all. But for us to maintain the human race, yeah, we need each other.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thought that's what you were saying. Like, the man don't need the woman at all. Cause like, we need to keep, making the human race, especially our skin color, make the human race like keep going. So, that was just one thing that I didn't agree with, but I agree that we are, we're the head. We're not the tail at any expense. And if you think like that, you're gonna lose every time.
Gonna lose every time. Yes. For the human race to continue on, we need each other. But that wasn't the question I asked them. I said only for survival value and replication value. So that was the difference. So, because he was speaking about women are superior. And he already concluded and said, well, he conceded and said, yeah, what you're saying is right. I can't disprove it. So why are you on here to debate, man? You have a worldview, but you can't even back up your own worldview. It's silly. Like, I have my worldview. People come on. That's why I allow people on stream. I do these open debates because my worldview is rooted in truth.
Yeah.
So when they come on and they're speaking nonsense, they get obliterated.
Yeah.
Because it's rooted in truth. So it's like, this is the problem with a lot of people. And then this is the black community too. Niggas got low IQ.
Yeah.
Niggas is not even saying uneducated. I don't have an education.
I feel like they get in their feelings. Like, we gotta, as a man, we can't, like I said.
Listen. Yeah, that's facts. They was raised with women, raised by single moms, and they never overcame that. Like, I was raised by a single mom, but I've overcame I overcame that. I overcame having, only being raised by a woman, even though I had my brothers and uncles and stuff there too, which was good. But it's like they adopted the worldview and the thinking as well of a girl. Like, girls think and like they can only see things in their own little box. They don't have the ability to view things outside their box. They think that they don't even understand exceptions. They don't even understand generalities. They don't even understand like these truths about how the world works. They don't understand probabilities. Yeah. They only understand possibilities, because in a woman's worldview, she thinks, well, anything is possible. I'll get Prince Charming. No, you stupid chick. You're not going to get Prince Charming. You're a whore.
Yeah.
You get it?
Fairy tale man. But I will say, though, they are superior in their own right. I wouldn't say they're superior as far as society goes, but in their own right, they're superior.
Explain that.
So, as far as a man, yes, like, it takes two to tango as far as recreating a life, right? It takes two. But what I will say is them harboring the kid for 9 months, them, doing, because if something happens to them, something happens to the kid. So they have to be extra cautious. They have to be superior over that child in that way, if that makes sense. Because as much as we can be, on the outside being a man and we hand and foot, we paying the bills, they still have to hold that baby wherever they go in life. We're not gonna be together 24/7. So what I'm saying is they have superiority over that baby in the womb. So in certain instances in life, women have superiority, but not in a society, not in a whole overall society thing. They're not superior, but in their own respective rights, they have superiority.
Okay, so you just gave an example of, women are over children because the child is in the womb, or even the newborn child. The child needs the mother.
Just for the 9-month period. After the child is born, as a man, I'm
the father can take on. Yeah, I got you. So just, I mean, if you want to, that's, I can grant that to you and say, okay, well, you know what? No, I'm not granting that. I don't grant that.
But
I don't grant
but look.
No, I don't grant it.
It was sticking because
it's not sticking. I'm about to disprove you right now.
All right.
So pick up this game, and everybody in the chat, pick up this game too. So the child, when a woman mates with a man, the man ejaculates. Let's bring it all the way back. The man ejaculates in a woman. The baby starts forming, and what that baby does, it from the gene from the baby, the umbilical cord is what I'm saying, right? The gene from the baby, it's what is it? What's the freaking word? No. What's the not? I'm not talking about the gene anymore. What's the one word? The placenta. That's what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the placenta. The placenta, that gene from the baby comes from the father, and the placenta acts as a what's the word again?
It has a lot of power with it.
It's late. I've been streaming for mad long. I can't think of the word. But the placenta acts like a what's the freaking word? I can't even think right now.
Protection, kind of like.
What'd you say?
Like
not protection. No, I've spoke about this many times. Why can't I think of these words today? The placenta acts like a. Okay, so what's the thing where you what? It's not a virus, but it's a what's the other thing? It like attaches onto hosts and it takes over. What the freak is? What's his name?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Get the word.
It's a virus. I mean, kind of like, but I mean.
No,
not a virus, but
not the virus.
I get what you're saying.
What's the word? Forgot the word.
But I get what you're saying.
Parasite. There we go. God dang, I couldn't remember the word. Okay, now let's bring this back. Let's educate y'all real quick. My bad. Been streaming for some time now. Okay, cool. So, when a man mates with a woman, you would think that how the baby is being formed, everything, it's all coming like it's the woman's doing. It's the woman's body that's pushing everything forth. But the facts is that the placenta acts like a parasite. It takes on characteristics of the parasite, and the placenta, the DNA that the placenta comes from, it comes from the actual male, right? It comes from the male gene. So the husband or the boyfriend, whoever she mated with, it comes from him. And that attaches onto the mother and it takes from the mother. It acts like a parasite. So your statement was, well, I think that women are superior over the infants that's forming in their womb. No, because even that infant is taking from the mother, and the infant is doing this. The mother isn't doing that. Like, she's not doing that by choice. Like, she's not doing that by her own biology. Like, what I'm saying is the mother isn't giving the nutrition and the blood and everything to the infant. No, the infant that is forming in her is taking all of that from her. So she's not even superior than the little baby that's forming in her stomach. Make sense?
Yeah, no.
And you can Google this. I actually Google it right now and show it to y'all, because probably a lot of y'all think I'm speaking taboo because I couldn't remember the words, because I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. So let's see.
Oh, my bad. Let's just say she don't. Let's say the woman has a 8-hour job, right? Because this is society that we live in. We don't have too many at-home women like that anymore. Let's just say the woman goes out 8 hours a day and goes to work. I'm not with her for those 8 hours. So it is up to her to be the superior over that baby. Even though the baby is being a parasite or whatever you can say, the woman has superiority over that baby. That she can do whatever with that baby. She can go and trip and fall down the stairs and end that baby's life. She has superiority over that baby when it's in her. Regardless if the baby is taking blood, taking all of that. She's superior over that baby. Because she can make anything happen to that baby.
Yeah, from that, and your audio got real low too. I'm not sure why, but
I connected to the speaker. My bad.
Nah, you good. But I heard what you were saying. But for the chat, they probably like, oh, why this dude so low right now?
Yeah.
Okay. From that standpoint of you speaking like, okay, well, you know, when the child is born, the child needs the mother because the father is working and stuff like that. Yeah, you're just moving a goalpost.
No. That's not what I said. This is what I said. I say the baby's in the womb. I'm at work. She's at work. She's at work for 8 to 12 hours a day. I'm at work from 8 to 12 hours a day. This is society. You can't get away from it. You got to pay bills. So if she's away from me, I have no control over what she does with that baby. Regardless if I instill in her like, hey, that's my baby, I want you to take care of the baby. But I can say all I want to. That's that woman's body. So she can do whatever she wants to do with her body, regardless of what I say, regardless of how I lead, regardless of any of that. So she can
I'll
do
grant
whatever
that.
she wants to do
I'll grant that.
With her body.
I'll grant that. I'll even grant that women can. They have the ability to terminate the unborn child. You know, they can do that. But still, they need another man. So, like, even if we're thinking about like, okay, the woman can do whatever she wants with her body, and she can terminate the unborn child. But most of the doctors that's doing these terminations of unborn children, they're men. So she still needs a man.
I'm not saying doctors. You didn't hear what I said. She can trip and fall down the stairs and kill the baby. She can ingest poison and kill the baby.
That could kill herself too.
Okay, but I'm saying she has superiority over that, right?
But I already granted that. Yeah, I granted that. I granted that she could, you know, terminate her unborn child, right? Yeah. But then I'm speaking about from if she wants to go about it the right way without killing herself, then is most likely she's going to come across a man doctor that's going to do the surgery and stuff like that.
That's hearsay.
That's from a probability standpoint because there are more male surgeons than there are female surgeons. So that isn't hearsay. That's just the facts from a probability standpoint. So here's what I'll say to you, man. I think our worldview aligns, but I think you are only trying to argue from the standpoint that, you know, women have some superiority over the baby. I went ahead and expounded on, well, I granted your part. Yeah, they have superiority over the baby where they can, you know, terminate that unborn child, or they can off themselves and the baby. They can do something to try to get rid of the baby. Okay, cool. But then my standpoint was from, even with that baby in their womb, that baby, the placenta, the DNA mostly comes from the father, right? And that DNA that placenta acts as a parasite, and it extracts the nutrients and everything and the resources from the woman. The woman doesn't give it, it extracts it. So even from that standpoint, she ain't even superior than the infant. Only the thing is she's superior in where she can off it, because it's little. But really, if we think about it, the only way she can get rid of the baby, she's probably, without having a man and going through, you know, aborting, she's probably going to kill herself and the baby if she tries to get rid of it.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, regardless, if she kills herself or she kills the baby or just kills the baby, she has that superiority over that. Like, I can't, as much as I lead,
to that extent, I will grant that part.
$200,000 guy a year. I can be the most strongest man on the planet. I can lead to the best leader man I can ever be. But it's still on that woman at the end of the day. Like you say, the root. At the end of the day, that woman, she can do whatever she wants to do with her body, bro. That's what I'm saying. In certain instances in life, women are over certain stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but it still doesn't defeat the main topic that women aren't superior than men, right? Most of the things that they rely on, like, that's the main topic that we're speaking about. Like, currently what we were speaking about was, like, you know, a portion of the superior, like it moved from men and women and went from women and babies. Okay, fine, for that aspect that the woman can off the baby and off herself. Yeah, but even with that, the baby is extracting from the women and the girl don't even have control over it. But all right, cool, man. Good convo. Any other points you want to touch on, or that's all you got?
No, man. Like I say, I pretty much, like I say, I agree with most of the things that you say. And I'm learning a lot. I was raised in a single mom home as well, so there's a lot that I'm learning as I go. I have a son that I'm trying to be the best father for. So
that's good, man. That's good, man. Yeah, it's one of the things is the more you understand women and understand, you'll understand your mother and you'll be able to really forgive your mother. Because you need to really overcome that victimhood and being raised by a single mom, you need to be able to forgive her.
Yeah.
You need to be able to forgive that single mom. You got to be able to forgive your mom. Because the thing is, your mom can't raise you into, but you got to be able to forgive your father too. Because depending on the dynamic of the relationship, maybe your father was just a no good nigga and he just walked out. Who knows, right? Mm-hmm. So to become a man, you need to forgive both parents, your mother and your father. And in order to really forgive them, you got to understand them. And first, to understand them, you have to understand the differences of men and women, and you got to try to understand yourself. And then you'll have the ability to actually forgive them. And then you can move forward, meaning that you can overcome that mindset of how and what your mother imprinted on you, her worldview, her emotionalism, the way you view the world. You're probably looking at it from your mother's lenses because that's all you've known. And it's this woman's worldview. It's coming from an emotional lens where you don't have the ability to think critically and think logically and rational. It's like, But once you overcome all of that, and forgive your mom and pops, bro, you'll be good.
No,
and then you'll be able to, be a better father and lead your kids down a righteous path.
Yeah, which I'm there now, bro. Me and my people, we good. So I was kind of raised by a village though, kinda. So I didn't want.
That's good.
Raised by my mom.
Yeah, same here. I was raised by. I got 3 brothers, mad uncles, and I was raised in a project, so it was all niggas.
Yeah.
But still, those guys, the thing is, those men, most of them was raised by single moms too. So it's a lot that you would have to really overcome to be a man. I'm actually gonna my supporters have been asking me to do a stream about masculinity. I'm gonna do a stream. So I know y'all been wanting it, y'all been DMing me and stuff like that. I'm gonna do a stream about masculinity, and I'm gonna speak a little bit about the Superman character, the new Superman character, versus the old Superman character, and it's all gonna tie into it on how the culture and the media is trying to downplay the man. Because think about it, bro. This Superman movie that's coming out right now, he's not as masculine as the old Superman. He's more soy boyish. It's like everything. The new Batman is like, he's nowhere near the first, the Dark Knight Batman as far as being masculine, being stoic, being having this manly nature about himself and stuff like that. And these new cartoons, well, not cartoons, but these new action movies that they're coming out with and superhero movies that they're coming out is going to influence the masses. Like, we can be honest. The old Spider-Man with, what is it, Tobey?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Tobey. The old Spider-Man, Tobey. Like, he was a nerd. He was a dork. And it was like, all right, whatever. But the new Spider-Man with, what's his name?
So it's the young kid.
It's the young dude. Y'all know his name anyways. But Tobey, the Spider-Man character that he played was so much more thorough and masculine than this little kid that we get. Mm-hmm. And this is what, Hollywood is promoting, is trying to, emasculate men, and they're doing it by changing up the characters. It's all influence based. Influence creates thinking creates behavior. So if they can influence and think that, oh, it's cool to be like this, and to not have the ability to get any girls or not have the ability to convey yourself, and all of these, even with the Flash. What sucks worse, Flash was the worst, bro. The cartoon of Flash got all the chicks. Flash he played football. He was the Chad. He was the jock in school. This new Flash, he's a nerd. He's awkward. He can't talk to no one. Can't talk to chicks. It's like he's socially awkward, bro. It's just bad. But that's what's going to influence people to be like, well, it's okay for me to be like this. I don't need to strive to be better. Look at Flash. He's socially awkward. So I guess I'm fine being socially awkward too. It leads people astray, man. So I'm definitely going to do a video and a whole stream on that. Probably won't be live. I'll probably do a pre-recorded, so I break everything down and then release it to everybody. But yeah, chat, I know y'all been wanting it. A lot of people been DMing me about that, so I'm going to do it. But yo, good conversation, Marcellus, and blessings to you, man.
All right, man.
Peace. Cool. All right, let's get to the super chats. We got, let's see here. Cooley's hairhead. Cooley, you're my favorite triggered woman. Don't delete the live like you did last time. No one deleted the live. The live stream came down on the podcast that we did this Friday because we got a copyright strike. So had to take it down and do so. We got to edit it because we had music in there. So we got to take out the part, mute the part where we had the music and put it back up. If you're speaking about the last debate that we had that I did, well, I took that one down because it got fully demonetized because it was too much cussing and stuff like that in the beginning. So we took that down and then we posted clips of it. So it had nothing to do with the debate. I watch everybody there's nobody that defeats me in debates, bro. I haven't been defeated from a logical, rational perspective. No one that I debated Yada, watched him logically. He was making ad hominem attacks. I made some back just to be fun, but overall watched him in the debate. The people that come on here when they really want to debate, they can't even defend their own worldview. You get the clowns that come in here, they just want to troll, talk about Cooley. Well, you date this woman and that did this and this, but they don't even know about, all of the things that I've already explained to you guys. So they just make up lies and they do ad hominem attacks. And then I test their logic and I ask them questions and then they get mad like that guy that was on here. And I said, okay, tough guy, you keep, saying these things, but let's see if you're really about that action. I'll book your flight. Pulled it up, literally shared my screen, brung it up. I'll book your flight. Homie did not want to give me, and you don't need that much information to book a flight, bro. I need your first name, your last name, and what airport you're coming from. I could book it and I could pay for it. It's not that much information you need to give. And he ran from this fade. I was really about to give homie the fade. But these dudes is all talk. But listen, man, this podcast was no Fugazee, man. We've been streaming for a minute now. Let me go ahead and read the last few super chats, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We got Cooley's hairhead again, since in $5. I appreciate the support, man. We got Cooley. Do you ever have an original thought, point, or statement? You just stole Myron's example, Saints wordplay, and Donovan Sharp's lingo. Shaking my head. Let's see what the comments say. They take inspiration from each other, dummy. Let's see what the comments else say on it. What was true yesterday will be true today. So you sent them money and the comments ripped you, bro. That's sad. That's sad, bro. Cooley's hairhead. I appreciate the support. Yeah, man. We got Maddie Lee says in $10. Life and death. Oath is in the power of the tongue. Okay, life and death is in the power of the tongue. God creates the earth with words. Okay. He said, let there be light, and light was created. Okay. Men was created, trust by God's word. Okay. Fair enough. Cool. If that's all the super chats and y'all don't want to send in any more tuition, we're going to go ahead and shut down the stream. The next debate night is going to be this Wednesday. So quick update. We are doing 2 debate nights now. So debate nights every Sunday and debate nights every Wednesday. So just be prepared now. We're going to do it around 7 p.m. each Sunday and Wednesday. So if you want to join the stream, come fully prepared with your audio good, with your camera good and everything else. So I don't have to mute you when you speak because there's an echo problem or you're cutting in and out and I got to mute you. So come fully prepared for debate night. Also, come prepared with what you want to debate. Please also watch my content before you come on so you get my worldview, right? If you don't understand my worldview or the things that I speak about, you're going to come on here and maybe we just agree on everything, so it's not really going to be a debate. Or you're going to come on here and you're just going to make a fool of yourself like these other clowns that came on here and they did. But yeah, other than that, this podcast is no Fugazee. We out. Peace.
No Fugazee, Fugazee.
Actually, Gabby, off. You done. And you want to leave too? This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children.